You see, let me remind you again that white supremacy is a religion. Religion is a form of white supremacy. You see, people classified as black or African American in this country and around the world have been, for over 500 years, docile, controlled, disenfranchised, marginalized by white supremacy in the form of religion, in the form of Abrahamic religions like Christianity, Catholicism, Islam, Judaism, right? We have been controlled and docile by these religions. And so when you have a indigenous group of melanated people, right, who have not been colonized by modern white society for 60,000 years. These folks are known as the people of North Sentinel Island, aka Sentinelese. These folks have not been colonized or exposed by modern society, and the dominant white society have always tried to go in there and see what the hell is going on with these folks. You can say xenophobia, whatever the case may be. They don't want nothing to do with the outside world. I've talked about North Sentinel Island for years. I haven't called up the show for our brother Dr. Neely Fuller about, you know, the people on North Sentinel Island, are they affected by white supremacy? And they are, because they are protected by a bureaucracy, right? By the government. They're a protected group. They have a protection clause. Okay. And this protection clause prohibits people from the outside world to make contact with them. But again, it is a law that the government set forth to make sure they are protected, right? So this particular government, they can go ahead and rip up that damn law and say, you know what, it's free for all, and allow the outside world to go in there and wreak havoc on that island, right? And so with this particular story of this guy, John Allen Cha, who is a white Christian missionary. This guy is wanted to make contact, made contact on the island. He bribed some local fishermen to take him there, and he got his own little canoeing boat and went on the island and got allegedly killed by the people of North Sentinel Island, the tribesmen there, with bows and arrows. And his body's still there and has not been recovered. The outside world can't go there. They're prohibited. Right? And you know, the so-called Christian missionaries, this is nothing new. They try to colonize our people. They've been doing that since the inception of the transatlantic slave trade. If you understand about Christian missionaries, who were one of basically the main reason why the transatlantic slave trade took place. It was the transatlantic slave trade was commissioned by the Roman Catholic Church, right? We know this. And then you had Christian missionaries later on throughout the years go in there in Africa and our ancestors to convert them into Christianity, which that's a religion that they knew nothing about. You're going back to the 1970s, right? I'm going to read this little short paragraph from this article. In the mid-1970s, Christian missionaries entered into the Colorado Valley and encountered unique and peaceful resident Indians. They're called the Panare. The Panare were simple people who lived off the land, who stayed to themselves. They had no radios, TVs, electricity, or any of the modern conveniences many today enjoy. Interesting thing about the Panare Indian is that they had no concept or guilt and sin. Just like the people of North Sentinel Island, the Sentinelese, they had no concept of the outside world and these damn religions. It says here, well, these Christian missionaries were unable to convince the Panare Indian to accept faith in Jesus Christ, similar to what this guy tried to do, John Allen Chau. So to overcome the problem, these missionaries came up with an indigenous and underhanded solution with the authority and the permission of the Catholic Church. They created a special New Testament just for the Panare. And in the Panare Bible, they say that the Panare Indian brutally killed Jesus. Not present in this new Panare Bible was the betrayal of Jesus by Judas, the Romans, and the trial of the Pontius Pilate. Okay, so they basically made a custom-made Bible to convert the indigenous Indians into Christianity. And this is how you know that these religions, right, have been manufactured to control and manipulate our people. This is proof right here. Of course, you can go back into the 21 ecumenical church councils, what I talked about before, in the past. But this proves to you that these so-called religions, Abrahamic religions, are just tools and mechanisms to control and keep our people docile. Point blank and simple. And that's exactly what this guy, John Allen Chau, who calls himself a Christian missionary. Well, he called himself. He was known as a Christian missionary. That's what he was known as. American national killed in Andaman wanted to convert tribe into Christianity. This guy wanted to convert indigenous people, melanated people, who had no contact or no conception of the outside world, including religions, convert them into Christianity and spread the so-called gospel of so-called Jesus Christ. Right? That was his goal. And, these so-called Christian missionaries have been doing this and converting and causing atrocities for our people and converting our people into this religion for centuries. And he's carrying out the plight of white supremacy. And now he's killed. Right? So, that's the thing, family. Like, you're going to have these kind of folks, these Christian missionaries, or these guys, or the dominant white society who want to go into this island and try to colonize that island. And not only that, this guy brings in, he's from the outside world. So you're bringing in these diseases to this island who they may not have any kind of mechanism to combat that particular disease he brought to the island. Right? And so he decided to go ahead and do that because he's a so-called Christian. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to talk about, family. Like this, when I saw this story, it reminded me of these so-called Christian missionaries who colonized and converted our people for centuries and wanted to convert the Panare Indians and make them feel guilty by making a customized Bible to say that they are the ones that killed Jesus. And it was only to manipulate and control the people, the Panare Indians at the time, right? And keep them disenfranchised and controlled by a Bible that they custom made for them and convert them into Christianity, which is, again, a mechanism of white supremacy. That's what it reminded me of. All right. So I'll have these links, family, in the articles in the description so you can check it out yourself about this guy, John Allen Chau, who's, again, is a white Christian missionary who tried to colonize the people of North Sentinel Island, the Sentinelese. course, you know, North Sentinel Island is off the coast of the Indian Ocean. It is a reserve island, and again, the people of North Sentinel Island, the Sentinelese, they have no concept of the outside world and have not been colonized by the outside world for 60,000 years. And that island is about the size of Manhattan, and they're doing just fine without any of these so-called Christian missionaries or Europeans or anybody else that wants to go in there and try to colonize those melanated people, right? So his body's still out there. It's buried, and it'll probably stay there because nobody's allowed to go into the island. They are protected for now, but we'll see what happens. This guy's an American who, again, ignored the laws of the people of North Sentinel Island that's protected. He ignored the law. So, you know, we'll see what happens, whether or not the government, which is called Andaman, is going to do some kind of revision to their law to allow someone to go in and retrieve that guy's body. And who knows what happened? Who knows what happened after that? Who knows what happened after that? But right now, that body is still there and is buried by the tribesmen, by the Sentinelese tribesmen in that island. So we'll see what happens, family. The family of John Allen Chaw may decide to do something like that. Force the government's hand to retrieve the guy's body, to bring him back to the States. And that's going to cause a major issue. Because again, that island is protected. No outside people are allowed to go into that island. So we'll see what happens, family. All right, so that's all I got for now, family. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Until next time, Chauncey, aka the Black Separatist, signing out. Peace.